Revelation 21 through 22, the end of the Word of God, the end of the Bible. You find a new Jerusalem, new heaven, new earth, symbolizes, was written out to predict to predict the beginning and the future of Patrick Williams and Mark Quarles on the Newport Mesa Seahawks, Newport Beach Seahawks, where it all ended with a miraculous of catches at wide receiver by number 21, myself, Patrick Williams, having 10 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, where it would all end in Newport Beach, a New Jerusalem. Mark Quarles at running back, taking off to the end zone with speeds as a road runner of Saddleback High School. Gone. The only two black males on the team. That's where we had to go. We had to get out of the mean hoods of Santa Ana and go towards the light of Newport Beach. And a miracle had worked for myself, actually, where I will be stationed at and lowered at and buried up the street from Bonita Creek to Pacific, beautiful blue view. Sea. New Jerusalem. Isn't it funny how it plays out that way? That's the end of the Bible right there. New heaven, new earth, New Jerusalem. And I believe the river of life. The river of life is 22. New Jerusalem, 21. Where we had to relocate away from Santa Ana and the ghetto and the problems, and the cheating, because we were on we was first on the Seminoles and the Redskins, and there was a lot of darkness and shady stuff going on with those programs and everything. And we moved to the light. We picked up Mark with us, and we went out to Newport Beach. We caravanned out there. And I would end up having actually a first season where I was having problems at wide receiver towards tight end of catching the ball. I was getting nervous. I was getting real nervous. I got Deion Sanders, number 21. I believe Mark switched to 28, but he was originally 22. I think the first year he was 22 because he used to do them at Smith, or was he that with the Redskins? He was 22. I think he switched from 22 to 28. Second year, Mark Quarles, ice cold, he kind of fell down some dark paths into some drugs and alcohol. He was showing up a little loaded to the games. So he actually kind of, his knee was kind of giving out. Mark was a very good football player, though. Very good athlete, hardest hitter on the football team. We were the only two black males on the team and everything. Very tough. Mark is a very tough, militant person. He's very tough, strong, ice cold. Santa Ana Rue cars we moved into as we got out to the streets of the thug life, 17th Street and everything. But in the beginning, Junior All-American, Pop Warner, I was actually cut on the Santa Ana Redskins. I was on the waiting list. I wasn't ready yet. Young, it wasn't ready, And of course, the Redskins, they were the Seminoles at the time. They were going for money and they were going for wins, W's. So they placed me on the waiting list. And there was some cheating going on with these programs. So they had some guys on the team 3 years older and kind of beating up on everybody. Some shady stuff with Santa Ana, you know what I mean? So we packed up. We got out of there. I was crying on the football field like all season long. Rolling out there with, actually it was Mark's Ice Cold's Rams helmet. Some Rams team he played for. Just begging to play, wanted to play so bad, man. Just begging to do, just wanted to play. And they never did play me. I was on the waiting list, so we left, and I did some moving around. Went to the Costa Mesa. We didn't win, Chiefs. We didn't win a single game there. And I don't know, was Mark on that team with me? I'm trying to remember if Mark was on. No, I don't think he was on that team. He came with us to Newport Beach to the Seahawks, and we had first year. We didn't have a very good quarterback situation to be able to get the ball up to me, and I wasn't. My hands were just kind of slipping, slippery hands deal. Ball was just kind of going through my hands and everything. And the next year, some wide receiver coaches had worked with me and everything. So, because Coach Brent Ogden was the coach. He was actually the coach of Corona Del Mar High School. Well experienced coach. So it was a legit program. No cheating was going on. Things were legit. Things were professional. But we were the only black males on the team. But there was some tough white boys on this squad too. There's another white boy named Matt Erickson. He was actually the number one hardest hitter. Then it was Mark. Matt Erickson would just glide from like 30 feet and just slam head forward right into you. Crazy deal, man. But yeah, we got knocked off, I believe, by Corona Del Mar. They had some brothers on the team. We got outnumbered by some brothers. We needed a few more brothers. It was only two of us. We had a quarterback, Casey Peters. He actually made it to arena football pros. He did get to the pros. So he got to arena football. And he was throwing the ball up to the heavens. I was just jumping up over everybody with very high jumping ability. And we were doing the fade route and just dominated, bro. Just was dominating to the point they had to start double teaming me at wide receiver. A new heaven, new earth, New Jerusalem, Newport Beach, man, the beautifulest place in Orange County. The dream of Orange County to be is Newport Beach. Unfortunately, you have to be just about a millionaire to be there. You got to have a very good career, strong career to be there, to live there and be in positivity and just wonderful. Santa Ana is just hood, man. It's hood. The bathrooms are all torn up. There's gangs everywhere, drug addicts everywhere. Newport Beach is special, man. Is a place that is just beautiful and wonderful. So we went over there, and a lot of miracles had worked for myself, and we got that quarterback, and he was just launching it up to heaven. I was just jumping over everybody and scoring touchdowns, jumping into Mark Quirrell's hands, and it was crazy, man. It was beautiful, man. It was just beautiful. It was the light. It was but the darkness had clouded things, and even with myself, it's tough in these these neighborhoods to get out, man. It's drugs, alcohol, all these bad influences, man, and Mark started going down a dark path, I think he started showing up, getting a little high, getting a little loaded for the games. He was a very good running back, man. He would hit the sidelines and be gone. He was strong. He's just slam head forward into. He wasn't scared of nobody. Mark was always fearless. That's one thing about him. He's skinny brother and everything, but something is just strong in those in his arms. Some just strong in his heart. Some just strong in his soul. He's a strong, powerful brother. But he battles alcohol. He battles some drugs, some alcohol, some weed, and everything. We all do. I fell into a major alcoholism myself. Actually, with him, we're over here in Santa Ana. I'm actually right now at Sandpoint Park right now, where everything had began at. Right now, towards the playground area, the kindergarten area. Rest in peace to Anthony Razzo. Used to come out, Anthony Razzo, man. You know, that guy used to be a brick wall, man. Santa Ana Redskins, hard hitter, tough guy, man. And he ended up slayed in a shootout in um, Corona, Inland Empire. Over here, I remember I used to over here at this playground right here. I used to, or this kindergarten area. You know, used to be area he used to. I used to really see him out a lot and everything. And back at Taft Elementary days, and yeah, man, Santa Ana is really troubled, man. It's really troubled. There you go, right here. Statistics will show. Got an African American right here. Got an African American right here. Beach cruised out. He's probably looking for some heroin. You know, he's probably looking for some heroin. You know, that statistics will show of Santa Ana over here at uh, over here, Sandpoint Park right here. There's the courts where it all started right here. Courts of Miracles. A lot of talent used to come out here. Amazement out here, and yeah, man, this neighborhood, man, is really tough, man. It's really rough, man. Rough streets and stuff. You get what I mean? But gotta look to a new Jerusalem. You get what I'm saying? New heaven, new earth. That's where we're gonna find Taylor at, man. Taylor, man, to heaven above. Revelation 21 through 22, man. You know, and God wipe away all of our tears, take away all of our pain, man, end all of our suffering. You know, New Jerusalem, headed in the sky, man. I'm here at Sandpoint Park. I'm at Sandpoint Park right now. Here's Santa Ana, where everything had began. You know what I mean? And some crazy end times that we are facing and seeing. You know, we got to look to New Jerusalem, new heaven, new earth, in the sky, clouds, to heaven above. You know what I mean? God bless everybody as we head towards these end times and everything. One's following, but yep, that's how I'll break more into it more. But that was my journey of football, of sports, and everything, and where everything began at. We're here at Sandpoint Park. I looked to New Jerusalem, New Heaven, New Earth. So I'll holler at everybody. Get running right now and everything. You know what I mean? Here at Sandpoint Park, SP, right now, telling my stories and everything. 21 Seahawks, Newport Beach Seahawks, 10 touchdowns in, 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Man, the old days. God bless, man. We are Santa Ana. Get moving. It's getting kind of hot. So we'll go. I'll catch y'all later.